Now, I am a big fan of musician Paul Carrack, and he is back at Hull City Hall in September. I'm going to have to go. I saw him at the Bonus Arena when it was called that. He was absolutely sensational. Performed with the likes of Mike and the Mechanics, with the likes of Squeeze, Ace as well, and Roxy Music. And actually, his latest tour is called How Long? It is a 50th anniversary celebration of that song. Going to chat to Paul about the tour in just a moment, but first have a listen to this. This is a new recording of that absolute classic. And that new version of How Long, recorded to celebrate its 50th anniversary, and a tour as well to go alongside it. That tour coming to Hull in September. Delighted to say, though, we can speak to the man himself now. Hello, Paul.
Carla, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Thank you very much.
I'm pleased. Where do we find you? Where are you chatting from? Because often you're in France, but where are you now?
France? I haven't been to France for ages. But
Last time we spoke, you were in France.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Anyway, I'm at home at the minute and enjoying the sunshine. I don't know what it's like up there, but it's sweltering here.
It is sweltering here as well, Paul. It's very hot indeed. It really, but we shouldn't moan, because we always say, where's the summer? And then it comes and we say, oh, it's too hot. Well, I enjoyed listening to that new version of How Long. What was it like re-recording it?
Well, it was fine. I mean, it's like an old pair of slippers, really, because I shouldn't say that, because my old slippers are very, very tatty here. But no, because I mean, it's a song we do all the time. We've played it at every show for the last 50 years, so it's quite familiar. So, I mean, basically, we put this compilation album together, and but it's a bit tricky because those old songs, I actually don't have any sort of rights to them. So, and it's quite a faff to get the permissions and all the rest of it to do it. So we thought, well, we'll just re-record it.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done.
Why do you not have the rights to it?
Oh, because I was young and stupid back in those days, and we signed all kinds of rubbish contracts along the way. And that's kind of been the case with some of the bigger songs, actually, that I don't have rights to them for one reason or another. But as I said, it was just easier to re-record them, and voice has changed a little bit. I hope for the better, because when we did How Long in the first place, that was the first time really that I'd sung on a lead on any kind of a record.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know what I was doing, but I've been practicing a lot in the last 50 years.
Well, for somebody who didn't know what they were doing, it did pretty well.
It did very well, unbelievably well. That it stood the test of time, so to speak, and the original definitely, it has a thing. It has a freshness about it and an atmosphere. But as I said, with the new version, it's not a million miles away from the original anyway, and I quite like it. I think the response we've had's been good. So people seem to be okay with it. Yeah,
well, I thought it sounded brilliant. I loved listening to that then. Good. And the song itself, apparently composed after you discovered your bassist had been secretly working with other musicians.
No, he hadn't secretly been doing it. He was. No, we. Well, I mean, Ace, we were just a little band playing for fun and playing in pubs and such. And we had some friends who were doing a lot better than us. They had a record contract and they had tours and all sorts. And they borrowed our bass player for a few gigs because their bass player was ill, I think. And no, we were okay with that. But they did try and persuade him to leave us and join them. And we were very put out about that, but very pleased they did, because it's probably my most well-known song. So I've no complaints, no animosity towards them at all.
Well, I was going to say, it must have hurt at the time, because you've sat down and penned a song about it.
I know.
It must have cut deep.
I know. It must have. I have to make up situations these days because I'm so boring,
Well, that is not true, because as well as celebrating 50 years of that song and touring, I know you do lots of other things. You were touring with Eric Clapton. Are you still doing that, or is that finished now?
I think it might have run its course. I didn't do it this year. I've been doing most of his tours over the last 10 years and my own, so it's been pretty hectic. This year, because I had my own tour in place, and we some lovely venues, finishing up at the Albert Hall in London, and I wasn't able to do anything this year, and maybe he might have fancied a change anyway. I don't know, but anyway, I haven't been involved with his touring this year, but that's been good in a way, because I've had lots going on at home, and I feel quite refreshed actually, and chomping at the bit to get back out there.
Oh, good.
And, but with my own band, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we will talk about the tour and the fact you're coming to Hull in a moment. I did want to mention, because I saw that you'd commented about performing with Mark Knopfler, or performing on Mark Knopfler's Guitar Hero's new recording of Going Home for in aid of Teenage Cancer Trust, which was a brilliant thing you're involved in. Somebody commented on the picture of the album cover, though, commenting on one of the musicians playing left-handed, and it is Left-Handed Day, International Left-Hander Day today.
Oh,
and I was trying to find out whether you were left. I don't think you are you, left-handed?
No, I'm not. But one of my sons is left-handed. He's the one that plays in my band.
So how does he find it?
What, being left-handed?
Yeah.
I don't think it's been an issue for him. It's some things he does right-handed, I think. I mean, he actually his kit is set up as a right-hander would play it. So he's a left-handed guy, but he's playing the kit set up for a right-hander. He plays a bit of guitar. What does he do? I think when he plays cricket, he throws the ball with his left. But they're a bit unusual, left-handed people. they have a slightly different look on life. But I mean, he's a lovely lad, though. He's great. So I don't know. I'll ask him next time I see him.
Well, yeah, ask him for it, because we're talking about things ways in which it could make life easier if you are left-handed, and I didn't know how many instruments you might create. Are there instruments that have been made for left-handed musicians?
Oh, there definitely are. I know. Yeah. In fact, speaking of one of the guys in the Clapton band, Doyle Bramhall, fantastic guitar player. And he has some strange setup, because I think he's playing a left-handed guitar, but it's strung in a right-handed way. And he plays all these different kind of chord shapes. So I don't know. I have enough problem playing right-handed myself, so I keep out of that one. But International Left-Handed Day, well, I'll give him a call in a minute and ask him.
Yeah, wish him a happy International Left-Handed Day and ask him about that. So you are coming to Hull. I saw you at the Bonus Arena last time you were here. I've been talking about the choir joining you on stage for the Living Years when you performed that. Can we expect a choir this time round?
Well, we haven't sorted anything out. I mean, if they contacted us, I don't know, we might be able to sort something out. But I know when we do the Albert Hall, we've got a choir coming there, and they played with us last year when we did the Albert Hall, and I think there's like 200 of them. It might have been even more. Coachloads of them came, and they absolutely loved it. They were up in the gods, and it was quite a special thing. But we haven't, as far as I know, sorted out anything for the Hull show, but you never know.
Well, I've got myself and my colleagues, so we are on hand, Paul, if you need.
Okay.
If you need us to come on stage and do that, we will.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not convinced you'll take us up on that offer. What can we expect from your show at Hull City Hall then later in the year? Or next month, actually. We're sort of hurtling towards it.
Yeah, well, it's my regular band. The lads have been with me a long time now. Probably must be 2 decades at least, with very few changes. We do a bit of everything from my whole lengthy career. We'll be doing a How Long You Can Bet Your Life. We'll be doing that. We do, I mean, some of the other songs I've re-recorded, for instance, I've done a couple of the Mike and the Mechanic songs that I sang lead on. The Living Years, Over My Shoulder. So because we've released a whole compilation album, and we'll be doing quite a bit from that, the compilations, songs from the whole length of my career. Yeah. And we kind of put together the ones that are most popular on the streaming services. That's kind of how we thought, well, what we're going to put on here. We've done 7 re-records of the old hits that I can't get my hands on, but for the last 20 years I've had my own label, and that's how I've released stuff. So all the rest of the songs are from that. Haven't really explained it very well, have I? We'll be doing a bit of everything. We'll do the ones that are very popular, like How Long, Over My Shoulder, Living Years, Love Will Keep Us Alive, a song I co-wrote for the Eagles, and some other bits and pieces. But it'll be a good show. We got a great lighting system, great sound system, great band, usual guys. Stevie Baton there on the saxophone, he's very popular. And we're coming up to have some fun. We love what we do, and we want to keep doing it.
Well, we want you to keep doing it as well. And as I say, I enjoyed the last show so much. I will be coming to this and looking forward to it as well. And thank you so much for talking about it today and about your son being left-handed. And I threw that one in a curveball.
Well, I gave us something to talk about.
I did. Thank you very much, Paul. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, Carla.
Bye-bye. Paul Carrack, talking about all sorts of things really there. The fact that he's not so often in France, and last time we chatted he was in France, but very busy. He has been touring with Eric Clapton, that coming to an end. Worked with Mark Knopfler as well. Talked about his son being left-handed and other musicians who have sort of instruments crafted because of that, but talking in the main about how long, 50 years since that song with Ace, and he will be performing that and many more of the classics in Hull. He's going to be at Hull City Hall, and the date for your diary is the 20th of September.
How long has this been going?